Breaking news from the White House. NBC has learned that the Biden administration is planning to declare monkeypox a public health emergency.
Do you believe transgender women should be allowed to play on women's sports teams at the youth through college level?
Yes.
I can do that? No way!
What are they? He said, Banana said, banana and rock.
We've got a lot to get to. It's an emergency. Everybody panic. Monkeypox is officially an emergency declared by the Biden administration. Kids troll their teacher, Portland. The gubernatorial candidate in Pennsylvania said, yes, all trans women should be able to do whatever they want. Beyonce changes lyrics. Some TV weatherman realizes he has a touchscreen. There's so much to get to on a Friday. We're going to get to all of it. My name is Jobob. This is Daily Caller Live. Thanks so much for tuning in. Daily Caller Live starts right now.
Here we go.
That might be the only brown guy on earth named Jobob.
That is actually her name, Jobob.
Ooh, live from my parents' house in Chino Hills, California. My name is Jobob. This is Daily Caller Live. Thanks so much for tuning in. On today, it is August 5th, the year of our Lord 2022. Not a new you in 22. Never mind. We're not going to do that anymore. It's officially passed. If you haven't started the new you thing, it's not going to happen for you. I'm sorry about that. We're a little late this morning. It was just a lot of stuff. A lot of clips going on. But first and foremost, needed to get to this. Sound the emergency alarms. We have another emergency on our hands. Monkeypox has officially been declared a national health emergency by the Biden administration. Listen to this clip. Now, okay, we're going to move through this stuff really, really fast because, again, we've got a lot of stuff to get to today, including a lot of pop culture for some reason. Anyways, I'm going to stop going on that. Listen to the verbiage that this MSNBC host uses when talking about how and why and what the benefits are of the Biden administration declaring a public health emergency. Check this out. We'll discuss on the other side. Watch this.
This is significant, Chris, because you remember the White House just days ago announced a national monkeypox coordinator to work alongside the Health and Human Services Department to drive awareness about this disease. But also this declaration of a public health emergency allows the federal government to unlock new measures that they can roll out across the country that would allow for greater access to vaccines, for greater public health flexibility. So this is a very important step that public health officials have been calling for weeks now as they've seen cases of monkeypox spike in California and New York. Several governors have already declared public health emergencies, and now what you see here is the federal government taking that step as well.
Some of the verbiage he used there, the government is able to unlock certain abilities that they wouldn't have otherwise. Anybody remember what those unlocking abilities were in the last emergency? If you recall, that meant that public health officials could do whatever they want and could rule the land as the tyrants that they proved to be. The Biden administration is declaring public health emergency for monkeypox outbreak in the United States, which now counts more infections from the virus than any other country in the world. That is the dumbest. Okay, just back to COVID. The United States having more cases than anyone else in the world is stupid. Everything should be put into a percentage and relative to the population size of the country that you're counting. The biggest country in the world, the two biggest countries in the world, China, lies about everything. So there's that. Now, I don't actually know if China has monkeypox being spread there, but regardless of whether or not they do, they lie about it. Second, India doesn't have a system to be able to count this sort of stuff. So when people say things like, which now counts more infections than the virus than anywhere else in the world, we're the third biggest country in the world. We're going to have the third biggest anything of anything just from a population standpoint. And on top of that, you've got China who lies and India who can't keep track anyways. Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra, announced the decision at a briefing with top public health officials. The public health emergency will allow us to explore additional strategies with vaccines and treatments. We talked about this, and I don't want to be insensitive to the way people live their lives, but at the same time, monkeypox, pretty dang easy to avoid. Hey, don't go to orgies are, dang it, I was going to play the clip of the, we'll play that clip Monday because I'm sure the ravaging public health emergency will continue throughout the weekend. But there's that one clip that said, if you go to a facility that has multiple sexual engagements, and just slip that in there. But we'll play that clip on Monday. But let's stop pretending that anybody can get this. We have no idea how it spreads. It's not like COVID at all. We know exactly how people get this. If you're rubbing up on somebody, you're at risk. If you sleep around with people, you're gonna be at risk. And that's your prerogative. That's fine, I guess, socially. I don't think you should do that, but I'm not an authoritarian to tell you what you should and shouldn't do. But at the same time, that carries risks. And if those risks include monkeypox, maybe reconsider the way that you're living your life. Also, just FYI too here, the monkeypox is affecting the gay community more, the LGBT community more than it is for the non-LGBTQ2 plus IA community. But a lot of people on Instagram the other day commented saying, tell them it's only the gays getting it. That's just not true. If you go to any sort of orgies, a straight orgy or gay orgy, you have the same amount of ability to get monkeypox. Bottom line, hey, try not going to orgies. That's that. We're going to leave that there. Since last week, the administration has disputed... there's this one statistic that I wanted to get to. Over the last decade, national emergency declarations have previously only been made for COVID, the opioid crisis, and Zika virus in 2017. So there is that. Now, we've got a lot of dry-ish stuff to get to, so I want to mix in some fun. I don't know if fun is the right word. It's Friday, and I don't want to pound, because there is a super important inflation bill that I want to touch on. But before that, I would like to go to the Pennsylvania shoot. I think I said in the intro gubernatorial candidate. I believe he's the Senate candidate. I don't know. I'm not super caught up on Pennsylvania politics. But you're going to need to listen to this. This is wild. And again, this is something that a person running for elected office is saying that nobody believes. Let me just check here what John Fetterman is running for. Again, I don't know if it's the government or the governor's seat or the Senate seat. The Senate seat. Okay. Oh, he's the lieutenant governor currently running for the Senate against Dr. Oz. What a weird time to be alive. Anyways, listen to what he says regarding whether or not transgender women should be able to compete in women's sports. Nobody buys into what this guy's saying. Check it out.
Do you believe transgender women should be allowed to play on women's sports teams at the youth through college level?
Yes.
And that is it. Nobody agrees with that statement at all at any point. Democrat for Senate. But yet people are still pushing that whole thing to their specific hyper-left side of the aisle. Anne says, I live in Pennsylvania. Fetterman is a radical lefty. Sure seems like it, because again, I think like 87% of Americans don't think that transgender women should be able to compete in women's sports because they are biological males. There's some comments here that I'm curious about. Somebody said, take the K out of monkeypox, then it becomes moneypox. Nice. Solid. Anyways, okay, so I want to get to, here we go. This is going to cause some havoc in the comment section. If you haven't already, would really appreciate if you like, comment, share, anything to engage, but also we're going to do like a straw poll here, and I'm going to judge when the comments come through as if, I don't know, I'm going to take an anecdotal poll here. A big-time person on the right side of the aisle came out yesterday in support of Donald Trump getting behind Ron DeSantis. Now, this is the big question for the right side, the freedom-loving side of the aisle. Ron DeSantis or Donald Trump in 2024, which one do you want to see? Matt Walsh, who has gained massive fame due to his What is a Woman documentary. Friend of the show came on here to talk about the documentary a couple of weeks ago. Tweeted yesterday something that I think a lot of people are thinking, but kind of afraid to say at the moment. This is what Matt Walsh said on Twitter. Trump can do the best thing for the country and get behind the next generation of conservative leaders. Campaign for DeSantis and ensure victory in 2024, or he can try to regain power as he enters his 80s, shoving the younger generation to the sidelines. There is one right choice. DeSantis with Trump backing him, this is again Matt Walsh tweeting in the thread, campaigning for him and advising him would be absolutely unstoppable. I happen to think that is true from a political standpoint. But it requires Trump to swallow his ego and come to terms with the fact that he's an elderly man who already had his shot. I really hope he's able to do that, but I doubt it. What do you think in the comment section? I kind of want to see things going through. I'm just taking a glance. Trump, DeSantis. Matt Walsh, again, big time conservative voice, saying it's time for Donald Trump to get behind Ron DeSantis, who I believe is in his 40s. I think Ron DeSantis is like 43, maybe a little bit older than that. Geez, just kind of coming through. There's a bunch of people saying in the comment section, I've seen this a couple times, Trump president, Ron DeSantis vice president. Maybe. That's a big old maybe. But the problem with that would be then running again in an open seat in 2024. I've explained this a couple times, how presidentials generally work and how they swip from party to party. I would imagine in this particular case, regardless of what you think about policy, I'm not pushing like a political point at this point. I'm just talking about trends. Generally speaking, the party flips back and forth when there's an open seat. Joe Biden is not running for re-election in 2024, so I would imagine a Republican will win, whether it be Donald Trump or Ron DeSantis. Let us know in the comment section what you think it is. It looks currently like most people are saying Trump / DeSantis. Trump supporting DeSantis. I don't know. I'm going to keep reading the comments as we go through. But again, big time conservative heavyweight Matt Walsh weighing in, saying that Donald Trump should get out of the way and endorse Ron DeSantis for president of the United States in that campaign. So we'll see how that plays out. Time to get to another kind of fun one. I don't know. It's a Friday. We want to break up the seriousness. Check this out. This is one of the funnier videos that I think I've seen in a very, very long time. Dang, it looks like it's pretty dang even split DeSantis Trump on who's going to run or who should run in 2024. Anyways, moving on to this, I'll keep an eye on this as it goes through. But this video is hilarious. This is a teacher on TikTok who appears to be being trolled by her students. This is the woke eating its own. This is the idea that some ideas are so bad even kids can dispute them. If you haven't already, I'm going to play this video. You need to share this with your friends. Click the little share button, or at very least, click the little like button, the reaction button. I always see that there's a couple thousand of you watching this across all the platforms, and only like a portion of you guys have clicked the little react button. It really, really does help us out. Really, really appreciate you doing that when you get a chance to do it. It doesn't cost you anything. Let us know in the comment section what you think. Engaging with the posts on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever else this streams is really, really, really beneficial to us. Anyways, I'll stop jabbering, listen to this teacher get trolled by her students. This is hilarious. You're not going to want to miss it.
Okay, TikTok, I really need your help here on this one. I'm a teacher. I teach 5th and 6th grade, and this morning, I don't know, somehow the concept of pronouns came up. And one of my students said, well, Miss Odell, did you even ask me my pronouns? And I was like, whoa, I hadn't actually asked him his pronouns, and I had called him a him, and I said, oh, I'm so sorry, I haven't actually asked you what your pronouns are, and what are they? And he said, Banana said, banana and rock. And I do know, don't around. I was actually really upset because I thought he was making fun of it. And in fact, I'm still pretty sure he was making fun of it. And, but they all agreed, no, like, you can choose anything. Banana, rock, if you want banana and rock to be a pronoun, banana and rock's a pronoun. Is it? TikTok, tell me.
My pronoun is Your Majesty and Apache helicopter. The whole pronoun thing, you can't just pick stuff. Look, you just, in the reality of the world is you can't just pick whatever it is that you are. You can't identify as a cat in the same way that this hilarious kid can't identify as a banana and or rock. But it's just this, it's so good seeing teachers be twisted into pretzels going, wait a minute, does he identify as a banana and or rock? Somebody says they identify as a giraffe. Oh, wow. Somebody else in the comments section says they identify as a tax exemption. That's pretty good. It means you probably don't get to identify as... you don't have to pay taxes. There's some... You guys in the comment section are so great, and I appreciate you so much. If you could keep the language, I could bring more of these onto the screen. Because some of your comments are hilarious, but you drop F-bombs in it, and therefore I can't bring it up on the screen to show all of our friends viewing on social media platforms. But anyways, hilarious. I asked Banana what he goes by, and Banana said he is Banana Rock. Is he trolling me? Yes, ma'am, he is. He is very much trolling you, and it is very much hilarious. Back to the more serious fare for a second before we get into breaking Beyonce news. I can't believe I just said that. Joe Biden, Democrats, raising taxes, officially. Yesterday, Kristen Sinema, who is the senator from Arizona, said that she would agree to the big old plan that her party is pushing towards climate change and tax rebate. Senator Sinema, this is, I believe, from The Hill. Kristen Sinema, Democrat from Arizona, announced on Thursday evening that she would support moving forward with her party's climate tax and health care package, clearing the way for the major piece of Joe Biden's domestic agenda to move forward through the Senate in the coming days. To win Sinema's support, Democrats agreed to drop a $4 billion. Bottom line is there's this big tax percentage minimum tax on corporations. Sinema agreed to accept the terms of the deal if that tax structure got changed. Sinema said that she and Schumer have reached an agreement protecting manufacturing from the impacts of proposed 15% corporate tax minimum, which business leaders in Arizona warned would dampen economic growth. Ms. Sinema was the final holdout of the Democratic holdout on the package after Senator Manchin said that he had struck a deal last week with Democrats. Here's the thing that I want to get to here that I feel like is so often overlooked, not talked about. But in this bill, it says, well, sorry, not in the bill, in the coverage of the bill, it says that Democrats said the bill will reduce the deficit by $300 billion, citing a number that Schumer and Manchin had touched over the past week. It's going to reduce the deficit by $300 billion. How? They're saying it's going to reduce the deficit by raising taxes. Here's the question that I have, and I'm sure many of you have. Why can't we reduce the deficit by reducing spending? Why is it that whenever people want to reduce the deficit, they don't cut unnecessary programs, they don't pull funding from unnecessary government agencies, they don't stop encouraging tourism to Tunisia, as Rand Paul pointed out in a Senate speech regarding the spending that the NIAID spends in Africa? Why don't we cut any of those programs when we want to reduce the deficit? Why is it that for some reason we can only increase taxes? Imagine doing that in your home. That would be like, well, Unfortunately, I can't stop the payments on the Ferrari that I irresponsibly bought. I can't sell it, so I'm just going to have to go make more money. There's nothing I can do other than make more money. No, you can reduce your spending as a household and live within your means. This will reduce the deficit by $300 billion. Why is the only way that we can reduce the deficit by raising taxes? Why can't we cut spending like every household in America would do if they found themselves in a massive debt situation as the federal government continues to find themselves in? I don't want to spend a ton of time on that because I understand that it's a belaboring point. And I guess that leaves us with three stories that are kind of fun to close out the week and end the Friday show. And by fun, I mean, listen to this. In breaking Beyonce news, also, just I'm curious, is the stream getting, let me know in the comment section, is the stream getting a little bit choppy? It feels like it is from watching the monitor, but I don't know. You let me know if the stream is getting a little wonky here. Jamie says, stop sending our money overseas. They're addicted to our taxes. That is correct. I have the same question. Why? Stop paying our taxes overseas. Stop sending our money to different countries. Yeah. Seems like a reasonable and rational question. Kirk says, yes, it froze. Yeah, sorry. It's this kind of a wonky system we've got going on here. We are on location. Hopefully we'll be back in the Dingy Bunker at some time soon. Anyways, in breaking Beyonce news, Beyonce will change lyrics after criticism over ableist language. The pop star's decision to replace 2 words in her song Heated follows Lizzo's removal of the same term, which was used as a slur against disabled people. It is not, by the way, just so you know, this whole thing is not true. In her track, Lizzo removed it from the track Girls. In Heated, the dance hall-inspired track, the singer uses the word spaz and spazin in an energetically recited portion of the song that calls back for yada, 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 yada. Activists condemned the use of the word in social media posts, pointing out that another pop star, Lizzo, had to remove the same lyric from the song, a similar song, back in June when faced with backlash. Okay, so just FYI, well, here, the word at issue is based on the spastic diplegia, a form of cerebral palsy that causes motor impairments in the legs and arms. Nobody's making fun of people with cerebral palsy. That is not what's happening. I am not doing that. I have a good friend with cerebral palsy. I would never make fun of his disease in a way that is diminishing to him. But at the same time, everybody in the known universe that speaks the English language understands what spaz is in the context of the cultural relevance. When somebody says, hey, that kid is being a spaz over there, you know what he's doing. Or she, or they, or Banana Rock. You know what they're doing. They're all over the place, kind of wild. I was unaware that it came from cerebral palsy, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter because it's adopted a new definition in the terms of what a spaz is. I don't know if we're supposed to sit here and pretend that the only sole definition would inherently be making fun of people with cerebral palsy. I don't understand why that is the claim being made by people on social media. And also, what about the other uses of the word spaz? Like, hey, I have a back spasm. Tweaking out. My back is spazzing out. Is that ableist? Are we allowed to use that term? I don't know. But here's the thing that I'd like people to be aware of. The movie industry is very, very good at this. Now, I understand Beyonce is a musician, but the movie industry is very, very good at promoting their movies by way of fake public controversy or outcry. What I mean by that is I had no idea Beyonce had an album coming out. Did you know Beyonce had an album coming out? Probably because I live under a rock. But apparently Beyonce's album, I believe, either comes out today or tomorrow. I had no idea. So maybe these words were never in the song and she fake removed them to let people know that she has an album coming out. Because now all of you know and I know that Beyonce has an album coming out. The movie industry does this very, very well. Scenes in Transformers may cause epileptic shock because of the flashes and bangs. Yeah, well, now you know Transformers has a movie coming out, and then that's why they put these stories out like this. This, you're going to want to see this. This is Portland. Just Portland. The city of Portland is bizarre and weird, and at the same time, it's fun to watch. If you haven't already, would appreciate you clicking the little like button or the reaction button. I see there are several hundred more of you that are watching right now than have clicked. If every single one of you clicked the little reaction button, again, it doesn't cost you anything, doesn't mean anything, but it really, really does help us out. If every single one of you click the little reaction button, we would have thousands of them. So would appreciate you doing that. Also, the little share button, and I'll reward you by playing this ridiculous video from Portland, which exemplifies Portland very, very well, I believe. I thought this was so funny. Watch this. Hashtag music, hashtag entertainment. Lastly, there's really no explanation for that. That's just being in Portland. Lastly, this is a charming video of a guy, a newscaster, finding out. This is just from the internet. Right now, this is making its way around. This guy saying, "I can do that." This is a weather reporter in, I don't know where this is. Let me see if I can find this city. Watson. I don't know. Maybe it's up there in the Midwest. But here's a weather reporter finding out that his screen is a touch screen. Check this out. And this is what we'll end our Friday on, end our week on. Watch.
Kind of hung up just a little bit. Oh, I moved the map. I didn't know I could do that. No way.
Are you serious? Did you just discover that?
I gotta try it. Hold on. Can you believe that? Just touch it. You can go anywhere you want.
That's so cool.
I didn't know it. Can I zoom? Oh man, it's a great day. It's a beautiful start this morning. Our temperatures are warming up nicely this afternoon, but we're still good.
Seriously.
I've never touched it before. Oh my gosh, you can tilt it? What's going on here? All right, anyway, I'm going to figure this all out. A beautiful day in the next couple of days. Roz, we're going to go out to you while I figure out this new...
I just thought that was funny and fun to watch. Regarding the last video of Portland with the guy smashing the trash can and just personifying Portland, Susan said, "What did that poor garbage can do to deserve that?" I don't know, Susan. I don't know. Anyways, it has been a week. That's going to do it for us this week. Appreciate all you sticking in, tuning in, sticking around, especially given all of the... we've been late pretty much every single day. This is the latest I think we've ever done this show. So appreciate you sticking around and sticking with us throughout the entire week. Things will get back to normal eventually, but who knows when that'll be. Outside of that, still have full intention of doing the show on Monday. So have a great weekend. If you haven't already, give me a follow on any of your social media accounts. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all of the fun. Well, maybe you're watching this on YouTube right now. Click the little subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook, just type in JOBOB. You'll be able to find me. I've been looking at the stats from Facebook, and it is unreal on my Facebook page. So I really appreciate all of you that have clicked onto my own Facebook page. Obviously, go follow all the Daily Caller stuff, but got my own Facebook page too, and stay connected with a lot of you there. Go back and forth in the messages with a lot of you quite a bit. So appreciate you doing that. Again, the Chiron is wrong. If you watch the end of every show, you'll know that it's just the Jobob. Just type in Jobob anywhere. You'll be able to find me. That will do it with us. Any announcements will be any this weekend. Next week we will be in later on in the. It doesn't matter. So thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate you watching each and every day. Can't tell you how much I appreciate you sticking around and letting me do what I like to do as a career. I can't believe this is a career. So I appreciate all you watching, tuning in. If you haven't already, click the little like button, little share button. Really helps us out. Makes it allows me to continue doing this as a career. So appreciate you doing that. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. God bless America.